Hello and welcome to the Creating a Space Weight Calculator app tutorial using Thunkable. Today we're going to think about a few questions. What is gravitational pull and what is weight? Because what we're going to be doing is creating a calculator that can calculate if you would weigh the same on another planet as you do on Earth. So to start, I want you to watch the first 3 minutes of this video, Gravity on Other Planets. You can find it on YouTube. I'm going to pause the video you're watching right now so that you can go over to that one. When you're done, hop back to this video and we will continue our discussion. Okay, hopefully you were intrigued by the first 3 minutes of this video and you have the ability to think about this question now. What math would you have to do to figure out how much you would weigh on Mercury? So what do we know so far? We know that objects fall toward Earth at a rate of 9.8 meters per second, or also known as 1g. This is called gravitational pull. Our weight, what we weigh on Earth, is calculated by our mass multiplied by the gravitational pull of the planet that we're on, which for Earth is 1. So that's why our weight is equal to our mass on Earth. However, on another planet, we calculate our weight by multiplying our mass by the number of g's that that planet has. So all these other planets have different gravitational pulls. On Earth, it's 1g. On these planets, there are different measurements of gravitational pull. So we're going to come back to this a little bit later when we do our actual multiplying. But we're going to make an app that shows gravitational pull and calculates what someone would weigh on another planet. We're going to do this by showing an animation and building a calculator. So our app is going to look something like this. We're going to have a little description of what gravitational pull means, plus an animation that users can play and reset so that they can actually see gravitational pull happening. Then we'll click the next button, and on this page we'll have a calculator that shows what your weight on Earth is. Users can type in a number, press calculate, and then they would be told what they would weigh on different planets. For my example here, it's Mercury. And then we have some more buttons down here that would either go back home or to another screen with another planet. So let's think about what tool we're going to use for this app. So we're going to go to thunkable.com. I'm actually going to log myself out so you can see how to log in. When you type in thunkable.com, you'll be taken to a page that has sign in at the top right-hand corner. So make sure you do that and then select Android because the app we're doing today is Android. Go ahead and click sign in with Google. You may need to type in your information here. Sometimes it remembers you if you've already logged in on that computer. So once you log in, you'll be taken here and you're going to create new app. Now I've already made mine, but I'm going to show you how to create yours. You click create new app, type in a title. I highly recommend putting your initials at the end so that it doesn't get confused with other apps that are in this account. When you're done, click OK, and then you can head into your app. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have our palette. This is where we have different elements that we can drag over onto our screen. You can see I already have a label here. I'll go ahead and delete that so I can show you how I got that there. And then on the right-hand side, we have properties, which allows us to change the elements to fit what we need. So the very first thing we needed was a label here to explain what gravitational pull is. So I'm going to go grab a label, bring it over here, and on this side in properties, I can scroll down to where I see text and replace this with text. So I'm going to say gravitational pull. Gravitational pull on Earth equals 1g. This means that, and I'm actually going to go over here and see if I can, this means that objects fall toward Earth at a rate of 9.8 meters per second. So I'll go back in here. Objects fall toward Earth at a rate of 9.8 meters per second, also known as 1g. Now you can phrase this however you would like. You can also put something like play the animation below to see gravitational pull in action. All right, so you'll notice here that my label went off the side of the screen, which is totally fine when we test the app on a real screen. we will see all of that text. You could alternatively pull more labels over, so you could do like one sentence at a time and have multiple labels. But I've done this before, so I know that when I test my app, I will have multiple lines. It will kind of wrap the text and it will all fit here. All right, what else do we need? So let's go back to our app planning worksheet. And we have the label here. Now we need an animation. The next thing we're going to pull over is what's called a in the drawing and animation category, a canvas. So collapse user interface and open drawing and animation, drag a canvas over here. We'll do more with that in a minute, but let's look at what else we needed. We want 2 buttons side by side, one play and one reset, and then another button underneath. So for that horizontal layout, let's go into the layout category and do horizontal arrangement. So now there's this gray box here. We're going to put 2 buttons inside that. So back under user interface, I know you're hopping around in here to different categories. Try to stay with me. We're now in user interface. We're going to grab a button and put it on the left-hand side, and we're going to grab another button and move it over here. That blue line that you see is where the button will end up. We don't want it above or below. We want it on the inside of this box. I'm going to go ahead and drop it right there. Now, just like we did for the label, we can replace the text here. This one is going to say play, and this one, can you remember what that was? Reset. Okay, so that's for our animation. We also needed one more button down here, which was going to go to our next screen. So I'm going to replace the text on that one to say next. All right, with this canvas, we want to make it as big as possible. So we're going to go ahead over to our resize situation over here to the properties tab. We are going to do fill parent. And what that means is it's going to fill all the remaining space on the screen for both height and width. So now we have this nice large area to work with. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that. Go ahead and pause the video, and when you have all of those elements on, you can continue the video. Okay, now that you have all of these elements on your screen 1, we're going to figure out what this animation should be. So we need to find some pictures. Let's go back to the video that we watched. And in this video, we have a person, a soccer ball, and Earth. So let's make something similar to that, because I think it's a really good description of gravitational pull. So to find pictures for a project, we want to make sure that they are legal. So let's click on Images. If you saw that, I opened a new tab, and I clicked on Images in the right-hand corner up there. Then I went to Settings and Advanced Search. So here, I want to find a picture of Earth to put as the background of my canvas. And so I'm going to type in Earth right here in the top line, and then I'm going to scroll to the bottom line and change the drop-down to be free to use or share even commercially. That's going to give us results that are legal for us to use, that are free, pictures that are free, and that people have said it's okay if you use these. So I'm going to find a picture, maybe this one. If I like it, I'm going to right-click on it and do Save Image As. Be careful not to choose any of these other options, especially Save Link As. Sometimes people get confused and do that one. It won't upload into Thunkable. So we want to do Save Image As and call it something we will remember, Earth maybe, and click Save. Try to remember where it downloaded as well. It's probably going to go to your Downloads folder or to your desktop. All right, now we have our canvas here. I'm going to drag over an image sprite. I actually want my Earth to be an image sprite kind of right about here. So I'm going to drag an image sprite over, and then on the right-hand side, we'll find where it says Picture, and we'll go to Upload File, choose File, find the Earth, Open, and OK. Once we get the picture in there, it may not be exactly where we want it. In fact, this one looks really big. So I'm going to go ahead and change the size. I'm going to go by pixels, the size or the height and the width of this large Earth here. This screen right here is probably about 300 pixels wide, I think. So if I do maybe 100 by 100, so that's height and width, I'm going to get one that's not bad. I like that. So play around with the size. You can actually play around with the location as well. And in the next video, I will show you how to get the person and the soccer ball so that we can start our animation here. All right, good job.